everybody. Welcome to Astrology and Psychic Readings with Lady D. I'm your host for this half an hour, Lady D. I hope you've had a wonderful week. This week we've got the total lunar eclipse happening in Taurus on Tuesday, the 8th of November. It's happening at 7:19 p.m. That's my time here in Sydney. For people around the world, it'll be different times because it's different time slots. I'm ahead of everybody else, or most other countries. And the countries that are going to be seeing this eclipse will be able to visible as long as your weather is fine. It'll be Asia, Australia, North America, Eastern Europe, and most of South America will be able to see this eclipse. So you'll get the shadow on that. So countries will also receive the shadow with the eclipse. That means there's going to be something, usually it will happen in those countries. The eclipse will activate something in these countries coming up ahead. It can take up to 6 months to activate with the eclipses in your chart. So when we look at this eclipse, we've got a number of aspects to it. It's no ordinary eclipse. It is in Taurus, and the moon will also conjunct the North Node, as well as Uranus as it goes through with this eclipse. So it's in Taurus. Taurus is about our environment. It's about our self-worth. It's also a money house too. It's about earnings, how we earn our money. It's also about our security and like our environment. It could also affect housing as well, because housing is it's an earthly thing. It's an earth sign. And also your environments and where you feel safe and secure. And then with Uranus, with this, is going to bring about unpredictable. With Uranus, it is ruled by Aquarius, and when Uranus and its energy is involved, it can bring about uncertainty or just unpredictability or unusual things ahead. So we don't actually know with this energy what it's going to bring in. It could be positive, but it also could be not as positive either. So it's going to be interesting. And we're also dealing with the node, which is going to be like a life lesson here. This is where we're looking at life lessons, or destiny points, I like to call it. We've had a lot of them coming in this year with different planets that's been also connecting with these energies. We've also got a number of squares happening too. While this eclipse is happening, we've still got the square with Uranus and Taurus, as Taurus is in Aquarius. So this could bring about certain unexpected things with our freedoms. It could also be with the financial aspect, but also maybe being more independent could be an issue, which we've seen that have been happening this year. Being a bit of a rebel. Humanity as well, and also technology too. We've been seeing a number of, I know in Australia, a number of cyber attacks that we've been seeing. So we could be getting more coming up with these Uranus energy linked with the Saturn, but it can also look at where we get a step closer, or may hear some more news about digital currency, but it could be more issues or problems arising with that too, with these energies. We've also got a square to Saturn and Venus. So Venus is in Scorpio. So with this, again, we're looking at relationships, and we're also looking at them at financial. So this can be about perhaps setting boundaries, or this could be a time where if everything's revealed, because Scorpios like to keep their cards close to their chest. So having this energy here also linked with Uranus, which it is also Venus opposing Uranus. Venus opposing Uranus. So this can actually bring about unexpected romance and love and money on the positive side, all these opportunities coming in. It could be a thing of starting fresh, starting new when we're dealing with Scorpio. But again, it's about putting our cards on the table. Then you're adding that aspect with Saturn on a negative. This could be things brewing up here. What I feel like, especially with this week, it's about letting situations unfold themselves, or let them come to you, and then fix it. It's going to be a week where you're going to have to really try and problem solve and be patient, but just try and wait for these situations to arise. And then it's about How can we fix it? How can we move forward? How can we get ahead? Because otherwise, with some of these energies that are coming in here, it's just going to be chaotic. You might feel a bit overwhelmed. There's only so much you can prepare for. It's like, yes, try and prepare for as much as you can. But when we're dealing with an energy that's unstable as Uranus, we just don't know positive or negative what's going to emerge. We've also got energies here with the sun's going to be opposing Uranus again. So a lot of unexpected energy throughout our lives this week. And we've got the Saturn is also going to be squaring the moon during the eclipse. So this can bring about, I feel like, if you're not an overly emotional person, there could be situations where usually you're not that emotional about, or you don't really think much of it, but could actually find that you are emotional this week. So unexpected emotions may be arising and coming up with that. And it's like, it could be a week where you may have to try and keep your emotions more inward, and if you're someone who doesn't get emotional, it will be easier to do that. If you're a water sign who's very emotional, like a Pisces, that's going to be harder for you to do. I do feel like this week there could be a lot of chaos and energy coming out of here. I've got here could be some messy love situations coming up. But also in a positive, I do feel like there could be new love and relationships also blossoming for this. But I feel like it's a time to not um, make crazy moves too much. It is a time maybe just to wait, think about your thoughts, and then if you're going to act on them, maybe act on them next week, not this week. I've got here, stay in a safe place and set boundaries. I feel like boundaries this week is going to be very important. People might feel more needy or feel that they need more of your time. So setting boundaries is going to be very important. I've got, don't overstep the mark. So, sometimes there's limits. Everyone has their limits. So it is about, I feel like, just observing and knowing, where people's limits are, and maybe not wanting too much of them or too much of their time, trying to be respectful this week too. I've got wait and act, wait for the problems to come up and then act on it. So just be patient. So this is a very good week to learn to be very patient. Scott here, try know your value and self-worth. I feel like your self-worth and knowing your value with these energies in Taurus and with the eclipse here is going to be very important this week. You might even just have an epiphany where you realize of, how far you've grown and recognize that you've come so far. I've got here, don't freak out regarding any money situations. So just wait and try and deal with if you can this week, but wait more next week. Not a time to gamble. So not a time to just throw, on a whim of anything financial. Always try and be sensible this week and not try to just put these whims. This unexpected energy may make you do a little bit of crazy things. Keep emotions within. Got to stay out of conflict. So try and just stay within relationships that are secure, people who that perhaps you agree with. That feel like it's not a week to start up too much conflict. Be prepared for anything. Try to stay in a good headspace. So try perhaps for positive or affirmations will be good this week. Don't start arguments. So again, just try and bite your tongue if you can, if you're an argumentative person, especially with that Mars in retrograde. Got lay low, relax, rest. Good time to go out on a holiday. Good time to just go and rest and to just, relax. It is a good week for that, to try and keep out of these crazy situations that may pop up. I've got here, don't overreact or act too quickly. And I've got, know your worth and avoid people that also have a little bit of conflict with them too. So let's start with the readings. So we've got here Nancy, who's in Florida in America. So hi, Nancy. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. How can I help you today?
Yes, I would just like to know what my future holds and if I'll ever be happy again. I lost my husband a year and a half ago, and I just want to know if I'll ever be in love again or ever be happy, or whatever you could tell me.
Okay. Well, I feel like you will be happy again. We'll go through this up and up life. It's life. We have all these up and downs, and I do feel like you will be happy again. I feel like with you, it's about finding distractions, and also with the mindset. I feel like though with your husband, I feel like there's a love there with your husband, and though I'm going to do some cards, you may not find the same love that you had with him. I kind of feel like he was your one, or your like love of your life. I feel like he's like your one, and I don't feel like he will be replaced. But let's have a look at the cards and see if we will find cards. Um, like I do feel like it's like you're trying to learn or deal. Are you trying to Okay. Did you care for your husband when he was passing? Were you there for caring for him?
Yes, I was. I
Yeah.
cared for him while he was
Okay.
sick.
Yeah. But I do feel like there's a lot of thanks for that. Um, because he's telling me like you did so much. You did so much for him. I feel like there was times where he was really embarrassed, and you really he's just thanking you for what you did, because this man was very, I feel like he's a bit modest or very proud, and you helped him to overcome, I feel like, a few boundaries and a few things too. He's just telling me
Yes,
here. Yeah.
yes, it's
Um,
true. He changed a lot.
yeah, but he's giving you some roses. Like I just he's got these roses. Um, Yeah, he just said Happy Valentine's Day. And I just said to him, it's not Valentine's Day. And he just sort of laughed at me. And he's like, he just sort of shrugged his shoulders, and he's like, every day is Valentine's Day with you, he says. Oh, okay.
Oh, that
So,
sounds
so
like
I feel
him.
like, oh, good, good. Because I was like, this is so random. Um, All right, let me see what we got here with the cards. Okay, I feel like for you, balance is the key. I feel like this card was really standing out at me, and it's about balance. Um, it's about, I feel like, trying to get closer to your goals or what you're trying to reach for. I do feel like next year, um, is it also, are you finding money, or is money going missing, or you're finding money? There's something about money as well I'm picking up with you.
Yes, I have. I had more money this year, this summer. I
Okay.
worked a job.
Okay, because it's like the this card standing out at me, and the money was standing out. Um, Next year I feel like it is going to be about juggling more with the finances and making sure you're putting money away. I feel like you work very hard, or you're and it's about, I feel like also you're trying to distract yourself too. I've
Yes,
also got an aspect
yes,
of, so I feel like there's also an aspect here of family. I do feel like you've got yeah. Do you have two children?
yes, I do. I have one son.
Okay. Okay. Um, okay. I feel like I'm doing the card as well as your husband talking to me here. So I'm doing two things at once. I just feel like they get a bit worried about you, but it's it's just a worry that you're alone by yourself. But I also feel like it's important that you have your independence too. I do feel like you are going to meet someone again, but I don't feel like it's going to be right now. I know when it's like destiny, when the time is right, the right person's going to just, it's like, walk your path, or sort of just fall into your lap. You are a bit of a leader here too. You are someone that people will follow. But the person that I feel like you're going to find, he'll be he'll be good. He'll treat you well. But as I said, he won't replace your husband. This will be something new. It won't be the same, but it'll be someone that you can have. I feel like fun, and you can have a lot of laugh with as well. I feel like your children will be unsure about this person when they come in, but it'll be for you, out of anything else, I feel like it's just going to be about having fun. I'm going to say next year, I want to be around the middle of next year. There is an aspect of you of fun, but also um, becoming more youth. Um, do you have any? So you don't have any grandkids just yet?
Yes, I do. I have a granddaughter.
A daughter, a granddaughter? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Because I feel like that there could be more coming for you. But there's also something that I'm getting about is like when grandkids come in, it's like it takes your time. It's like you're going to be busy. I feel like looking after them or helping them too. It's just all about distracting, and then you're going to just wake up and realize that life is good. And I just something about, but I feel like there's something about June next year. But I feel like the fun aspect could be with your granddaughter or grandchildren. Um, but there could be a couple more to coming in though. I feel I don't feel like this is the only one. There's more coming. And you're well loved, and everyone is liking you too. I'm gonna say next year too. It's like you're coming out of the darkness or coming out of feeling um as sad, and you are coming into better days. That's what I feel like with the
Oh,
card.
good.
Yeah, but it's about being patient. But I feel like what you're doing is it's a good um distracting yourself is really good. But I just feel like one day you're going to wake up and it's like, oh, um you're just going to have this like a realization that everything is not as bad as it seems, and that you have created a life for yourself. I do see more social with it being more social too, whether joining social groups, but there is some sort of social aspects coming in. I feel like, again, I'm going February next year of when you're going to start that up. But I also feel like being a grandparent is going to be a very important, special, key thing for you, because I feel like you're going to have like you're going to take them out, you're going to spend more time with them, um, and it's like tell your son not to worry about you because you're quite independent, and you can you're a strong lady is what I feel.
I always
So
thought so.
you are, and I feel like with your work, I feel like you're doing a good job. I feel like there's a pat on the back for you. So I feel like there could be some sort of reward for your achievement, or some sort of like I don't know if it's a promotion or not, but I feel like some sort of recognition. I see like a pat on the back. So I feel like there could be some sort of recognition um, that you're doing a good job. Your work doesn't involve a lot of talking. Or you talking to clients or the customers?
No, no. Actually, I do home health care and
Home house care. So
companion
like
for
helping
people
after
that are
people.
sick.
So looking after other people.
Yes,
Okay, we're still talking with that because I just feel like you're a good talker, or you keep people calm, or you keep them like at peace. Because I get talking, there's something about talking, and I feel like it's about the way you're talking to your clients or to your patients, that you make them feel at ease, and you make them feel like life, their day isn't as bad as it seems. You give them another
that's true.
perspective. So
That's
and
very
so
true.
I just feel like there's recognition of how you are. I just feel like you're a very special lady. So I hope I've helped you today, and we'll leave it there.
Yes, you have. Thank you so, so much.
That's okay. Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to the next caller. So we got here, is it Savannah, who's
Yep.
in um, is it Maryland in America? So hi,
Yes.
Savannah, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How can I help you today?
Um, just whatever you feel like you need to tell me, whatever I need to hear. I don't have anything in particular that I want to know other than just like love and work, but whatever you feel like I need to hear today.
Okay, okay. All right, let me just see. Has someone just had a baby by any chance? Or is someone about to give birth?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay, so I'm seeing a baby, but the baby that I'm seeing is like it's just born. Um,
Hmm.
so I'm not sure what that's about. Could be something new coming in, but usually when I see something like that, usually it's literal that I feel like you're going to hear about some sort of baby being born. It's like I feel like so now I'm hearing the sign for what you're going to hear. So I feel like within like the next week or two, there's going to be something about hearing about a baby being born. I don't know, something. I've just seen this baby being born. I don't know why I'm seeing that, but it's something. Let's have a look. What do you need to know? Um, it's like I'm seeing you being overcautious or trying to be cautious about something as well. Um, and can you be quite a little bit headstrong, a little bit of a very strong personality as well, Savannah?
Yes.
Because I just see you as being quite headstrong. They're telling me you're very strong. I feel like you may have to show, and it's good to be strong. I love strong, like strong people are really, really good. But I feel like you're going to have to show, especially around, I'm going to say January or towards the end of the year, December, January. It's like you need to show a little bit more vulnerability to people around you. It's like you've built up, you've got a little bit of a wall up, but people want to see a little bit on your vulnerable side. Um, for some reason, I'm not too sure why, but I just feel like I've just got vulnerability. I'll show a little bit. It's okay to show a little bit,
Makes sense.
sometimes. Yeah, okay. And I kind of feel like around Christmas, like the end of the year, it's going to be like chaotic. Like I feel like, do you have a big family or something, or do you have like loud? Is there like loud kids? I just feel like there's a house like it's loud, like it's, and I feel like around Christmas.
Well, maybe not my family per se. We're all kind of spread out. I spend Christmas kind of alone, outside of like my
Oh,
daughter, and then her dad's side of the family is really big. So,
okay. Look, you might get invited. I just feel like
oh, I
I
always
don't feel like
do.
you're going to be alone.
I
Oh,
just
okay, so I
don't
don't feel like
go.
you're going to be alone this Christmas, but I just feel like wherever you're going, I just feel like it's going to be loud. Um, it's going to be, I just hear like, I don't know, loud kids, or it's loud, but it's fun, and I feel like you're going to have a really good time. But I feel like this is like as a surprise here too, element as well. I also feel like there's domestic travel coming up for you too. I'm seeing plane, and I got domestic, so I feel like could be with inside America, that you are going to be going away, and I feel like that's going to be sometime um, next year. I feel like I'm going to around May of next year when it's going to be warmer. I feel like you're going to somewhere like that's warm beach. Could be Miami that you're going to. Miami, Florida. I think my geography skills aren't
You're
the
right on
best,
the Florida
but I am.
front. My mom lives in Naples, so I probably will go visit her around May.
Oh,
So you're right on
good.
that.
Oh, cool. I just feel like there's a travel, and I just feel like it's gonna be. I feel like I'm very happy when I go. Like I just feel I'm gonna be I'm very very happy. I'm also picking up things here about contracts. There's something about this card standing out to me, and the contract or the paperwork is standing out to me. So when I usually say that card, I feel like I usually tell people just to look at contracts if anything needs to be signing, just to make sure you know everything and you understand everything, or go with a magnifying glass, because I feel like there could be some hidden loopholes or something in there with that. And I'm also seeing you. I feel like you something you might have to sign, because I'm seeing you sign something too. Um, I also feel like kind of feel like it's time for you to also with your work to start maybe looking at promotion or to climbing the ladder, because I see a ladder, and at the moment you're not climbing a ladder, but I keep on getting it's like it's time to start to look to climb the ladder. So I do feel like there could be you might hear about promotion or wanting to go further in the company that you're working if you're working, or but it's like I'm not Do you sometimes think that you can't? You're able to do your job. If you're working, you're able to do it, but do you not? How do I put this? Sometimes our confidence is not there.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
You're like confidence with your work. Your confidence.
It kind of varies here and there. You know,
Okay.
I'm very confident, and then there's some days where I'm not. But I am kind of
Okay.
at like a standstill with my job. I've done everything I can do there, so it's like going up is not an option because I'm already up.
where you can go. There,
Yeah.
I still see it, and I see a contract. So I feel like there could be something new, whether it be you moving to a different job altogether. But I do feel like there is something moving here for you, because this card is standing out to me. It's like the car with wings here. And I keep on seeing that someone's getting you to sign a contract. So I do feel like there is something more. And again, I feel like we're coming into more next year than this year with this. This year's 4 years going, like winding up things, and just getting more closer and heading more to 2023, where I do feel like next year is going to be a bit of a more bumpy year for you. I do feel like there's more positive things coming up for you for next year. But I'll leave the reading there, and I hope I've helped you today.
Thank you so much. You have.
That's okay. Thank you. Thank you for calling in. Okay. All right, guys. It is going to be it's going to be an interesting week with all these aspects to Uranus the week coming up ahead, I'm sure. And just remember, be patient. The best way to get through the week ahead is wait for the situations to occur, then working on the best way to solve them, and for dealing with the problems and the situations. It will be an interesting week ahead with all these aspects to Uranus. We never know what's going to bring up. Even on the world stage, we don't know what's going to bring up, but just expect the unexpected. And I hope you all have a wonderful week. If you want to contact me, you can either by my website, which is Lady D Psychic Parties, or my Facebook page, which is the same, Lady D Psychic Parties, my Instagram and TikTok, Lady DS Psychic, and my YouTube channel, which is Lady D. If you can't find it on that, just look up Danielle Psychic, and you should find me there. Next week, I'm doing a fair, so I'll be broadcasting from my hotel room, because the fair's on the Saturday and Sunday down the coast at Maya, which is near Bateman's Bay. So looking forward to that, and I'll see you next week's show. So bye for now.